What's up, guys? Yes, I am pregnant. How we doing? What's everyone up to this weekend? B-Choi's here. Madilyn will be here in a minute. She just had to go get something. My hat is so dirty. Oh my gosh. Oh, disgusting. Oh boy. Okay. I just washed my hair, so you'll forgive the wet hair, right? Oh. Thank you, Lar. What's everyone up to this weekend? Okay, so I remember last week we talked about the Barbie movie. Has anyone seen it? Thoughts? It's the original Daddy Who Goes. How we doing? Z? Rosie Roo. First time chatter. Welcome. These are some of our favorite streams. I think we're just going to chat today. I'm going to need to find... There it is. That's the stool I was looking for the video. But we didn't need it anyways. Okay. Let's see who's here. Barney Zaris says it's her. Well, it will be. It will be her. I also turned the stream on low latency, so it's like 1 second off of live. So let me know if it makes any difference to you guys. I just figured it'd be better for like interactions with y'all. I didn't even know that was an option. So here we are. Near live. Hessels. Tier 3. 20 months. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Seeing it tomorrow. Okay. Let me know how it is. I feel like it's a movie I can go without seeing, although it was hyped and it was everywhere. Ratata says, hello from Portugal. What did I hit today? I hit legs. And I'm not going to lie, my gym sort of inspiration, my mentor of the gym was there, who introduced me to this specific leg day, and he did not let me take it easy, so I'm a little shot. But it's okay. We're going to film a bunch of, like, content today, which I'm really excited about after stream. And it's stuff that I think you guys are going to really like. So, Hukos got married last weekend. Chat. I didn't think any of y'all could do it. I didn't think no hard feelings, but I didn't think anyone in the madfam had it in them. So can we give Hukos a round of applause?
For what?
He got married last weekend.
Oh, congrats.
I just kind of dissed the whole madfam. I didn't think anyone in the madfam had it in them to get married.
Why?
There's just a bunch of,
Want to get your chair?
Yeah. I'm just kidding, guys. Love you.
Wait, we should do bump update before I sit down.
Also, I listened to some stuff, and they can hear us perfectly fine if we're not, like, on top of the mic. I listened to it.
I'm trying to give a bump update.
Wait, let me move this.
It's fine.
Guys, look at that.
I swear, I've never been more pregnant. That's what I say every morning. I've never been more pregnant than
And
this.
it's
But dude,
true.
look how bumpy it is. Like compared to last week, like you know what I mean? Like you could barely tell last week. What in the world? Huge. Don't touch my belly. James.
It's half mine.
No, it's not. It's still 100% inside of my body right now. Wow, sorry.
He says only some of us are alone. It's okay, guys. I'm just giving you crap. We love you. You're not alone. You have us. There. You might need to bump yourself up.
Oh my gosh. You could help a little.
I will. I mean,
Seems like you're helping yourself.
I am.
Should help your wife first. Your pregnant wife first.
It's not like you're pregnant or anything.
Gosh. Sometimes you say stuff and I'm like, do you even remember that I'm pregnant?
This chair's a little tall.
Do you want to do headphone splitters or?
Should we? I'm fine. I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay.
Some of us choose to be single, and some of you are probably smart for doing that. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like, I wouldn't say. Let me start over. I think it's important to pick the right person if you're gonna be in a relationship. So.
Can we pause this? This is weirding me out.
Yeah. I put the
I don't
stream
like
on
it.
low
Okay.
latency, so it's like almost live. But
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
it's like 1 second off.
I don't like it.
She is growing. Yeah. What's up, Panama?
Oh, my contacts. I'm like, why can't I read the chat?
Do you want to do that quick? I feel like it'll make for a better stream
No,
experience.
I'm already sitting. You know, once I'm seated,
Okay.
just might be squinting
Okay,
at
chat.
the chat.
Type extra big so Madilyn can see your words. Alexi with the tier 1 5-month. They're on a 5-month streak, and we haven't
Nice.
really streamed that much in the last 5 months.
No,
So
we've been busy being pregnant.
they say, "Hey Maddie, hope you're good. Absolutely just fell in love with Sirius and discovered Wisconsin, and now I'm homesick. Many thanks." L emoji.
Yay!
She called you a loser.
Glad to hear that. I mean,
I love that they sass you right back. You can dish it, but you're gonna get it back.
James, why do you?
Because
You're so sassy this morning.
well, you're sassy, so like it's nice to see people be sassy back to you
Yeah. Okay.
with no repercussions.
You are envious of that.
Yeah.
Do you want to just scoot your chair in slightly? I feel like you're just I feel like
Let me
you're
get another.
you're like slouching in.
It's too tall.
It's too tall. Yeah, the little one's out in the my office area which is going to be Jimmy's office area soon. He's like really holding out. So we're turning his office into the baby's nursery, and he's been really holding out, like wanting to do it. So, because then he loses his office, and then his office will be like in the dining room area, like by the kitchen. I kind of sit in the kitchen when I do my work. So, yeah, he's been kind of holding out on swapping the office over.
Yeah, I am excited to do it. I mean, it is ushering in a new era, but whoa, a 42-week pregnancy.
Wow. That's
Wow, you
a well-baked
cooked that
baby.
Yeah,
But see, sometimes when I think it's like a 42-week pregnancy, sometimes I wonder if they just got the conception date just like slightly wrong.
maybe.
That's what I think sometimes. Because it's such a because I feel like they count it from the time of your first missed period or something like that, but that's not necessarily the conception date. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's like, it's weird. And also it's more like 10 months. It's like in the amount of time. I think it's so weird because you always hear, oh, nine months of pregnancy. It's more like 10. It's crazy.
10 is such a more like easy number to like comprehend.
Yeah.
Why would they not say 10 months if it's actually 10 months?
Technically it ends up falling into this like it is 9 months somehow, but like it's 10 months. I don't know how to explain it. It's really, really weird. Because when I'm because we got pregnant in March, the very top of March, right?
Yeah.
So March, April, May, June is 4 months. July is 5 months. August, September, October, November. It's 10 months. That's 9. There you go. 9 months. It's 9 months, but they count from the time of your first missed period, which would have been February. So even though our transfer was in March, and that was technically when we got pregnant.
Yeah, it was already started.
It was they start the clock like 4 weeks earlier than that or something.
That's interesting.
That's how they get your due date.
Yeah.
It's weird. But 42 weeks is well baked.
Yeah, let us know how your pregnancy experience was if you don't mind sharing. Since everyone here is fascinated in pregnancy.
Oh, I definitely say weeks. That's how I'm measuring it. Like right now I'm almost 23.
You passed 23.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 23. I definitely counted in weeks because it's the only way that it makes sense to me.
Wow, it is getting so real. 23.
I know, it's more than half. And next week, the baby will be fully developed. Like all of the organs, everything will be fully developed next week. And then the baby at that point just gets bigger. It just grows, which is cool.
Yeah. Are you all ready to be like aunts and uncles to this little one?
Yeah.
You ready for that? You're almost in the third trimester. What week is that?
28. So we still have like a month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the week of my birthday. It's 28
You have
weeks.
a whole human in you right now.
It feels like it.
So Hellbell says it wasn't too bad, just nausea and hip pain in third trimester, so maybe you have that to look forward to. Tired all the time and needed to pee a lot. You can validate that. Quite lucky considering he was 8 pounds 14 ounces.
It's a pretty big.
Just a beast.
That's a pretty big baby.
That's a big
But I feel like that used to be average.
That's a big baby.
I feel like
that's almost
11.
pounds.
But some people have 11-pound babies.
That's true. But
I'm just saying, like 8 used to be average. Now it's huge because people are having such smaller babies now.
Oh really?
Yeah, the size of babies has gone down, which is alarming. But apparently our baby is, I mean, so far is measuring like right on track, which is great because IVF babies, they say, tend to be a little smaller, or they can be. So, she's growing.
Jimmy Jackson is having their third child in August. His fiance is huge this time. I feel like that happens, right? Like the more times you're pregnant, the bigger you get. Is that true?
The sooner you show, sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So that's
it's not necessarily
soon.
the bigger you
Wow.
get, but like just the sooner you show, you start looking big sooner.
Wow. Okay.
And usually on your first pregnancy, you don't look. You look the least pregnant you'll look.
Mm.
Yeah, because you're just stretching out. I don't know the science behind it.
Kind of makes sense. Like once the muscles have stretched that far, they're probably easier stretched, more easily stretched. Madilyn Manfab says, "Hi Maddie and Jimmy, how are you guys doing? How are you doing?"
I'm pretty good. I feel like this week's been a really good week. I don't know. Gotten a lot of stuff done.
You got a lot of stuff done yesterday.
Yeah, the albums comes out in a month. We only have one song left to like mix. It's finished with the production, but it just has to be mixed.
We actually have the mix too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So we'll go through that today.
Listen to it.
And then the album's done, which feels great. And then we just submit it, and then we have, like, we calculated it. We're gonna shoot a music video in 2 weeks, and then we want to film one more music video for one of the songs that'll be on the album when it comes out, but like for a video in September. Then we want to film something in October that's kind of focused on how pregnant I look, hopefully. Hopefully I'll look very pregnant then. Then November, a really cool music video is going to come out that kind of has like pieces of every music video that we've made for the project. And then maybe a music video for one of the Christmas songs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of but like we really, really only have, that means like
official music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only have like 3 official music videos left to shoot.
And then other content here and there, obviously, covers.
Yeah, what I'm just saying is that for this album cycle, we're almost done. And that feels good because it's like just been so much. Like we literally started planning, I think, like November of last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is not something we've ever done before.
No, and I don't think we will ever do again. Honestly.
We're more like fly by the seat of your pants
type
type of people.
I know, and like it's not like, it doesn't make us like the most I don't know, what would you say? Reliable team to work with, but like, or a group of people to work with, but we do work fast and we work well. And I don't know, I especially think because social media is so reactive, like things are only popular for a short period of time. So if you're going to do something, you should hit it. And that's kind of how we're just I think that's one of our superpowers now. So
100%. So like kind of over planning, over analyzing everything we've done for the past like year for this album has really kind of slowed us down and made us really question things. Jacob Popson, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 30 months.
Yes, and
That's
Anna
a long
asked, are
time.
all the singles from this year on the album? No, all the songs from this year that we've released so far will be on the album, as well as, I mean, how many more songs? Because we've released
11
3?
total
There's 11 total.
on the album.
Okay, so then what's 11 minus 3?
8.
8. So there'll be 8 new songs when the album comes out. There'll be the title track, which is Hollywood Dead. So that one will come out with a music video either the day the album's released or like really close to when the album's released. And then we'll do another music video for one of the other songs on the album that I'm really excited about.
Oh,
you just don't know yet.
That's my favorite.
It's a really cool song. And then there'll be a song that's kind of I wrote it the day I found out I would never get pregnant naturally, that we would have to start doing IVF. I wrote the song that day. So it's kind of a cool song, and I thought it'd be cool to be pregnant while being in the music video for it, because
kind of like
I wasn't certain if I'd ever get pregnant at that point. And then the last song on the album, or then the last song that we'll release a video for, will be a compilation of every video we've shot this year, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's gonna be sweet.
Will we get the track list before the release? I don't know. See, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do the like dropping hints and like slowly revealing
Anna, what do you
stuff.
think? Can you be our marketer here for a second?
When should we tell you the track list?
Yeah, it's sort of a sad song.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say so.
I think it's just the reality that like you can want something really, really bad, or you can want it a certain way, and like just accepting that the way you think things are going to work out might not be the way that things work out. And it's not necessarily that it's bad that it worked out that way. It's just that like sometimes it's hard to let go of what you think should have happened.
That's cool. Jacob agrees with Anna. I think you should announce a title each day right before it drops. That's kind of cool. Like maybe the backside of the record, and then like kind of fills in a random track from the list every day.
Something like that,
And
or the like a quote from the title of the song and a quote from each of them or something.
That's
I feel
cool.
like I don't want to post 12 of the same pictures, or sorry, 8 of the same pictures. You already have some of the songs.
Yeah.
But that's a good idea. See, with me, I'm like kind of like tell anybody anything they ask at any moment. In this album, I've been like, should we wait? Should we like, really should we tease stuff? Should we like, I just feel like I don't know how to do the whole like scheduling out your whole posting schedule for the year. I just don't, I'm not good at, I don't understand that concept. But then some people would be like, I don't understand how you could just decide what you're going to post a few days before you post it. So
right.
I don't know. That just makes me, I'm way less stressed.
I love just flying.
Why?
And I feel like
That's
you
crazy.
and I work really well together doing that.
Yeah.
Greg says, congrats. I'm sure that's about your pregnancy.
Thanks. Wait, is that my dad? Greg W?
Maybe.
No. Greg WH 2000. What would be 2000?
I don't know.
My dad's a lot older than that. I'm older than that.
Maybe that was just a significant year in his life, you know?
In case you're wondering, Greg, my dad's name is Greg. And his last name is Wold, so Greg W. Now I'm just a little sus.
You just doxed your dad. How do you feel about that?
I just doxed? What do you mean?
You just gave away his personal information.
Oh, the internet knows.
You might as well just tell him his social security number, too, while you're at it.
Um...
23, what?
I don't know. I think he's...
Did I miss something?
No. I don't know. You know, sometimes Z makes sense and sometimes Z does not make sense. So it's.
Maybe something we said.
Yeah, I got the 3, but I don't know where the 23 is coming from.
Ian, how's it going? Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
Made myself bleed.
Don't do that.
And I'm wearing white.
Be nice to yourself.
I'm gonna try.
I see. Because your dad was born in 2000. I see.
Got it.
You do have young parents.
I do. They're very young.
They're younger than you.
My dad's
too.
51. Turning 52, I think. And my mom turns 50 this year, I think. My mom was 21 when she had me. 21? She was 19 when she had my brother.
That's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild.
Ian's been good. A lot better than last year. I'm glad to hear it. We've been pretty good too. You know, you've heard the struggle that we've been through. You've seen
Yeah,
it
except
on
we've been
social
fighting
media.
way more than ever.
Wait, lately? Kinda.
No, well, it's just like I'd say since I've been pregnant.
Yeah.
And I think we realized because we have started doing therapy, but like just because it's good to have a third party to talk to about this stuff. I very much advise it if you're like fighting or like whatever, going through a life transition. But I think it really helps with
serious.
life transition, like
Yeah.
us transitioning from being single to being pregnant to having our first kid. I think it's sometimes really hard for people, so I think it's smart to get ahead of it and like talk to somebody.
Yeah,
But
you
anyway,
gotta
I just,
invest in your
but I think
relationship.
our last session, the breakthrough I had was that she just mentioned that like my my patience meter is like at 50% capacity. I think that really helped me understand because I was starting to feel like a monster because like everything was starting to just and everything was annoying me or like there'd be a certain time of the day where like after this time nothing's funny anymore.
And you guys know me, I'm ridiculous, so.
Wow. You enjoy being annoying. Like it's a sport for you almost.
I've always liked kind of pushing your
Yeah,
buttons.
picking and yeah, exactly. But like after a certain time of day, it's I don't know. But it was a big breakthrough for us to realize that like when I'm like agitated about stuff, it's not personal. It's just my meter's out.
But you know, like
My meter's out.
you know
We're
the
out.
kid in the sandbox who's like throws sand at. I'm not chucking sand at you, but like
Pulling my pigtail. Yeah, you
that's
are.
how I, you know.
That's how I got. That's
how I flirt.
That's how I got detention for the first time.
Someone
A boy pulled my pigtail and I
don't need to
smacked
hear
him over the
about
head with
this.
a ruler.
child flirting with you right now.
We were in first grade. And he pulled my pigtail and I smacked him with a ruler. Guess who got detention? Me. Guess who didn't get detention? Him. He pulled my hair. He's just getting what he deserved. But you see, Jimmy sometimes gets smacked with a ruler. That's what we're trying to say. He's just trying to be cute. And then I come in with the ruler, just smack.
Let's see. Caitlin said something. I removed my nails and now my hands feel stubby. Hopefully they're your artificial nails.
Dude, mine, same.
You did the same thing yesterday, was it? 2 days ago?
Well, they just kind of start, like, some of them look like they're about to break off, and then I'm like, well, I might as well just take them all off.
Guys, though, we discovered something.
Well, you can't say it as if we've discovered it. It's everyone knows about this.
So, okay.
But us.
Maybe we're the last people on Earth
Yeah.
to discover it. But Madilyn would always get her nails done at salons for, like, you know, events or shoots or whatever. And there's always super expensive, and we're, like, pretty frugal.
Well, I mean, it's $60 to $80. You know, it's a lot.
And you got to, like, try to schedule it. You got to get there, and then you got to deal with some usually rude person who's, like, slightly condescending from what I hear. And we discovered you can buy a pack of nails at Target, wide variety of nails, for $8. And there's 2 sets in there, maybe sometimes 3 sets, and it takes 10 minutes to put them on. And they look just as good. And they don't destroy your nails when they come off, like your actual nails.
Not as much.
Yeah, I'm maybe way too excited about it, but it was a cool discovery.
Yeah, and he helps me put them on too, as like a concession. It's nice. Yeah. It goes pretty fast. I like it because then they last like 3 to 7 days, and then you can take them off whenever you want, and you're not stuck with them. If I have to play guitar, I can just take them off and play guitar. Like, yeah, Caitlin says they're called press-on nails. I know, but like Jimmy, like I knew these existed. I just didn't know they were that good. I didn't know they were that good. I thought they looked really fake, but they don't. They look really good.
Sophia Lisa says, when is the due date? November 24th. So it's coming up. It sounds like it's a long ways away, but we're getting there.
I know. We literally looked at the rest of our year of like content we want to make, and we're like, dang, we have to schedule some of it for October and like September and October, because otherwise, like I just don't plan on filming content in November, because it's just impossible to know if like, you know, we're gonna make it to the due date or not. You just never know. I mean, hopefully, cross our fingers we do, but like, you just never know. The baby could come a month early. Like our lawyer's baby came a month early.
Why am I so excited?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like Emma wasn't supposed to come till like January, and she came like mid-December. Like almost 3.5 weeks early or something. So like you just never know. That's why like I'm getting stressed that the nursery isn't ready, but I also realize it's fine. We can wait till September. It'll be great. We'll do it in September. Put the album out, get the album out, then we'll do the nursery.
Vertebreaker says, any registry yet? We haven't made one, but we have a list of stuff that we need. We've started to get some of it on our own, like the bigger pieces, because I feel kind of strange asking people to buy
but here's the thing.
us.
Like, if you guys want to buy stuff for the baby, just like do stuff that's funny or quirky or weird or like is unique. Like, don't worry about like, we're gonna get the stuff we need for the baby, we'll be fine. But like, if there's goofy stuff you want to send us for the baby, like, feel free to. Don't feel like you have to send us anything. But like, that's why I'm like, maybe not a registry. Maybe you just are like, what would you think would be funny?
I'll open up a PO box. I think we need one anyways.
Because then it'd be kind of fun to like, I don't know, open a like, fans sent me stuff for my baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine
just
like I don't know,
personal things.
like a Fall Guys onesie or like just something that's like we would not put on the registry, but that would be funny and
you
weird.
Absolutely do not have to.
Also, again, don't feel like you have to, but like, we're not going to put out an official registry for fans. But if you guys would like to, like the Mad Fam, we're just not going to make you do that. But if you feel like you would like to get a gift for the baby, we will give you a P.O. box.
Nice emote, Hamza. Lovely Lahua says, congrats. Thank you. We're pretty excited.
I'm 19 and I still sometimes feel like a baby. You are. That's the reality.
Honestly.
19 is still a kid. You're still...
Enjoy that.
You're in the transition period between kid and adult. And there'll be a time. There'll be a day. There'll be a day when you are picking out blinds for your house and you've had an hour and a half conversation about blinds for your house and you'll realize, I'm an adult now. That's what happened for us.
Hits you hard.
But until then, you are a kid until you have your first like adult conversation.
We are 30.
Yeah.
And at times I feel as good as I've ever felt, I will say. And there are times where my joints hurt like they've never hurt before. So like.
Yeah, but you've always been rickety.
Yeah, you're actually right.
Your back's my back hurts. Like you've always been like that. Like.
I think it's because I'm constantly, like, pushing my body to...
No, I think it's because you broke your back in high school. I think you broke certain bones. I think you really, like, pushed yourself in your high school sports and hurt yourself, and now you're paying for it.
Fair.
But you had a lot of fun, right? So it was worth it?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly. Back hurting is important for every male, otherwise you're still a kid. Kinda, yeah.
You will stay a kid unless you grow a beard. You know, that's not true, because there were kids in my school who at like the age of like 14 had full beards. Like Jimmy Beardy. Like beardy.
We in sports, we went against some teams in like middle school and there were kids with a beard like this. But then they're like big and built and kind of tall, but like 5 years later in high school, same height. They did not like get
Yeah.
any bigger.
Yeah, some people are hairy. Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Thu asked where I broke it. It was like lower down here.
It's because I shaved my beard. That's why you guys don't see my beard. Also, I'm blonde. Even if I didn't shave my beard, you probably wouldn't see it. But it's more like I shave my beard for people in person, because you can kind of like see the, like, it's more like peach fuzz. Is that what you'd call it? Like on my face? There's a little bit. That's a little bit.
Tiny bit.
Like on the stachio, there's like a little. I probably need to shave it soon. I shaved it recently, but like I shaved the little stachio. We shaved the jawline. I shaved the chin, and I shaved my neck. I don't know. Anyone else?
I mean, I
Did
see
you not know
Megan
this?
Trainor do it on her
Everyone does.
TikTok.
Makeup goes on way easier if you don't have hair on your face.
Oh, maybe that's why I'm having such a tough time.
Putting on makeup? Yeah, because of your beard, definitely. Peach fuzz can be so annoying.
My brother used to terrorize me and my sisters for peach fuzz.
I mean, it's true. It can get kind of long
Yeah,
too, like especially like at the like the bottom of the beardy and then the mustachio, like here, like right here. This is where it's the most noticeable, I think.
It was T3 through like T6. There was like 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, your spine.
Yeah. Something like that. It was like the joints on the back from like overextending. They were just kind of snapped. Eventually it hurt too much. What?
Sometimes I just like freeze and I'm like, wait, what do I say next? Then I drink some water and then I'm like, wow, how did we get on this topic? This is what we talk about on stream. We just talk about peach fuzz and beards.
Honestly, I really enjoy these just chatting streams.
Same.
It's a little...
They're kind of like if we had a podcast but we didn't plan anything at all. And
anything.
We just
Zero preparation.
Zero. And honestly, like yeah, you probably can tell, like I did not finish my makeup this morning so far.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We're like mid makeup right now. Like we didn't do eyebrows, we didn't do eyeshadow. I guess that's really all that's left. Powdering, I'm a little like shiny because I didn't powder anything.
Peach fuzz is showing.
No, my peach fuzz is not showing. I shaved recently. Shut up. Beard on fleek today though. Thanks guys. You mean Jimmy? He did shave it down a little for me.
I did, yeah.
I thought that was nice.
I think today it looks... I need to figure out how to get it to this level when I shave, because I like this.
No, I liked what it was. This is already getting... Like, this is getting crazy. Like, if you shaved it to this...
Crazy?
You'd have to shave it to this every day.
Well, I could do that, I guess.
Because otherwise, at this point, it's only going to get beardier. Like, you know what I mean?
True. It does grow. It doesn't get shorter.
Fast. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it grows pretty fast. That's why I like with the dogs, I shave them a little lower than I want it to be, because then it'll be less time before I have to shave them again.
Okay. Sophia Lisa says Doomsday in LA is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's about me, thank you.
It is about Jimmy.
Pretty cool. That's one of my favorites. Maddie Geo, what's up? It's been a long time. How you doing? Says, hi Maddie, congrats for the news to both of you. I was wondering if you'd like to share.
No, someone delete that.
Okay. And do we have a mod in the chat?
And just delete your own. Just delete it yourself. You know the rules.
Do yourself a favor and delete your own chat. Thanks, Larry. Maddie Geo, congrats to both of you. I was wondering if you'd like to share any tips on how you write a personification style song.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Wait, where's the question?
It's going.
It's going.
Right here.
So personification being like, it's not like Doomsday in LA. That being an example? let's pretend Doomsday is, let's pretend, I know it's slightly delayed, so I'm like waiting for the response in chat, but it's slightly delayed. So let's pretend it's Doomsday, because like LA is not really like getting nuked or anything.
Right.
I don't think I can say that on stream. LA is not totally being destroyed, but like with COVID, it kind of felt like the lockdown changed LA in a lot of ways, and we saw a lot of friends like leave LA, and it did feel like a mass exodus. It felt like the end of LA as we'd know as we knew it, and we weren't sure if it would ever go back to the same. It hasn't really. Like it's better, but like I don't know. There was just this moment of like we were thinking, should we move? Should we go back to Wisconsin? Should we move to Nashville? Should we? And we're like, no, let's just wait it out and see what happens and where we're at. And like, I think we realized like the decision to be in LA was similar to like the decision to us being together. It was one of those things where you can't really explain why it's right. It just is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then I was like, well, if something really did go down in LA, it would be like impossible to get out because of the traffic and like, and then I was like, so where would we go if it was really, the world was really ending and like it was really over, not just this like end of the world as we know it, you know what I mean? What if it really was the end of the world? Like how would that feel? And I was like, I would feel good that we had made the decision to be in the place I wanted to be, that I'm with the person I wanted to be with, that I was doing the things I wanted to do. And yeah. So that was where that feeling came from, but yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other songs on the album that are like that, but I don't. A lot of them are very real, I guess I would say. I'm trying to think. There's definitely at least one other one that's kind of a
concept type of deal.
Yeah, which one? There is another one. I'm just going through the songs in my head. Not really, I guess.
Gabby, thank you for the sub. 39 months. Wow.
That didn't make any noise for me.
That's over 3 years.
Oh, we don't have chat thing on stream.
Yeah, because it blocks me here. I can change it.
Oh, because it blocks you.
Me, yeah.
Got it. But does that change the fact that the noises didn't have, the alerts didn't happen?
Shouldn't. I can mess with this later.
Okay.
Well, Anna, if you're gonna have pizza bagels, share them with chat, please. Panama's here. What's up?
No, we can't talk about pizza bagels right now. I'm so hungry. And then you talk about pizza bagels and you expect me to keep streaming? You guys can't talk about food. As soon as you start talking about food, the stream is about to end. That's all I'm going to say. No more pizza bagels.
Week. What was the food last week?
I don't remember, but I know I have mashed potatoes in the fridge.
They're waiting for you.
They're waiting for me. And gravy.
And pickles.
So that's going to be happening.
We've never been to Norway, but I really want to go to Norway. That's where like all of my ethnicity is from. Like my ancestors are from Norway. So I'd like to visit someday.
I thought mine would be, but they're mostly English. You're more German than I am though too.
I have a little bit of German, but I'm like over maybe 75% like Norwegian.
Out of the 3 songs that I've released, what's the favorite one? Series. It's just been the song I've been wanting to release it for a long time. I think it's one of my best written pop songs, and yeah, I've just been wanting to release it for a really long time, and it just was like the first time we were about to release it was when we were going to go on tour in China, and it was going to be the song we released like right around that time. And then, you know, COVID happened and the tour got canceled, and I was like, well, this is just not like the vibe.
Yeah.
This is not that we're about to go into a lockdown vibe. So that's why we like pivoted and went with Wisconsin, because I was like, I feel like that's more the vibe, because people are homesick and like missing where they're from, and maybe regretting having moved to wherever they moved to and being alone. And so I was like, that's more the vibe. And so then, you know, but then we really thought, like, I think everyone thought that the lockdown was just going to be like a couple months, and then it was like a year too. And then finally, I feel like we were getting back to a place with like the Barbie movie came out, and like I don't know, all that kind of stuff where it's like it just feels like things are getting back to being a little lighter ish.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to have fun again. So I was like, oh, it's a good time to release this song. But yeah, I think Serious is one of my favorites off the album. Like, just like technically in terms of like how it was written.
Yeah, it's like a really solid pop song.
There's a song off the album called 321 that might be my favorite song off the album. I can't tell though. It's like my sassiest song.
I had a 100%. Freak out reaction to that.
You did.
Oh my gosh! The first time I heard it, I just like.
It's like it's my revenge era song, so it's like it's kind of sassy and like you guys will appreciate it. But then my song the song on my album that has my favorite lyrics from it is the one that I wrote the day I found out that I would never get pregnant naturally. Yeah. No, my fallopian tubes were a no-go.
It's called fallopian tubes.
Yeah, it's called fallopian tubes. It's awful. No.
Wait, Nuevo, probably didn't pronounce that right, it says, I recently had a stage performance where I sang your cover of Believe in front of 800 plus people. It went so well, everyone liked it, and made me such a better singer in the process. Thank you for making that cover. It's so incredible.
Aw, that's so sweet. I feel like you commented this on a video, right? Because I feel like or somebody else commented this exact comment. I thought that was really cool. Because that's how I learned. That's how I learned how to sing too. Was just listening to other people's songs, other covers, how vocalists were singing, and that's how I learned to sing. Which is like trying to emulate like what was Jessie J doing, what was Kelly Clarkson doing, what was Sia doing, what was Lana Del Rey doing, what was Ellie Goulding doing. You know, and that's how I first learned how to like use my voice. And then, you know, at some point you start developing your own like things you like specifically about your voice and your own technique, which is cool. But that's definitely where I advise starting, is just listen to other people sing that you like.
We got a lot of people that want you to tour all over Sweden. We got Egypt,
yeah, guys,
from Hamza. It's gonna be a minute.
It's gonna be a minute. We're gonna have a baby, and then we're gonna figure out from there if we're gonna have another baby or what. So
we did have a tour kind of lined up for this fall, but babies.
That was only if we didn't get pregnant.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That was kind of the
Look,
plan
I do want to tour, but I also have my next album is kind of, I'm already starting to like plan my next album. And it's going to be different than Hollywood Dead, and I'm kind of like excited. I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to talk anymore about it though. But it's going to be really cool. You guys are going to like it. I'm excited.
I'm already hyped up.
How's the baby bump? Well, we showed it at the beginning of the stream. It's a lot bigger. I don't like. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, she's moved.
She kicked
or punched. I think because we asked on our last ultrasound where she's like sitting, and apparently her head is like down towards the bottom of the bump, and then her like back goes up, like what would this side be? My right?
Yeah, you're right.
My right side, and then her legs are like kind of more in the middle and then off to the left. So she's kind of like, it's kind of crazy. Because I imagined her being in here exactly the opposite of that. I imagined spine over here, legs down here, and head right here, but it's apparently the other way, head down, legs up. You can't see me, I'm just rubbing my stomach right now.
It's not weird, guys. It's not weird. I promise. When will we get a baby bump update?
Well, we are making, we're kind of making a video where we take a video of me in the same dress in the same spot every month, yeah. But we're kind of...
We missed a month.
No, we didn't miss a month. We just got it late.
You're right.
We didn't miss one. We do need to get this month or this month, or we
we
will
need
miss
to.
this month.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently.
But I don't trust a single doctor, so I have a mistrust of doctors and the medical system in general.
You yourself are a doctor?
No. It's
and
because
you lack trust in yourself?
No, part of it I think is, and it's not like I love our doctors. I think they do a great job. They just, especially in LA, they see a lot of people. And so I just don't think there's quite as much of the personal, they know you well and they know what's going on, and also they're not in your body, so they I know my body best. So when I'm saying this thing feels weird or this thing is up, and then the doctor's like, no, that's fine. It's like, well, I don't believe you now if you're not gonna help me and look into it, and maybe it's also because I got gaslit for 10 years about having endometriosis and IBS and all these things, and then just made my life infinitely worse. Now I'm like, you know what? I just believe that if I feel good, then things are good, and I'm just not until I feel something's off, I'm just not gonna.
Yeah. A few funny comments.
You're a doctor, and I trust you 100%. Thank you.
Trench says they're not personable. A lot of times they're not. Larry says, I feel it's the same in Connecticut, and we're in a much smaller state. And then Z says, my back hurts. No, it's fine, broski, but here's the bill. Yeah, I feel like it really depends on the doctor. You could be in a small state, and you can still just be another patient.
I honestly want to look in. I want to look into more and also what I'm realizing is that each doctor specializes in whatever the specific thing they specialize in. For example, if you deliver babies, that's what you do. You don't necessarily though know about all the nuances of if your baby has this condition,
pediatrics.
We go to 2 different doctors right now. One is our OBGYN, but then there's another doctor that we go to who specializes in it's called high risk pregnancies, but it's just that's what happens when you're doing IVF. I don't know. It's not that IVF is more high risk or something, but anyway, so we go to this other doctor who then takes a way closer look at the spine and the nasal cavity and organs and are they developing properly, and your OBGYN doesn't know that stuff as well as that doctor does. But that doctor also doesn't get deliver babies. So I'm starting to realize that doctors just very specifically, they know exactly what they know, and they don't know anything else. That is it. They just know that. Yeah. And so I'm starting to think if I want special help on certain things, for example, if I would like to work on my digestive system, I need to go to a natural nutritionalist. I think I need to find people who then doctors that specialize in whatever it is you're trying. If it's allergies, you should go to an allergy specialist. You know what I mean? You should find a doctor that's specific to what you're looking for, rather than just going to a doctor and generally hoping they'll be able to help you, because they probably won't.
Yeah. I can't get over this comment. Anna says, no, I said apparently mid-conversation yesterday and started laughing, and my friend was so confused.
Yeah. Well, we actually had a discussion yesterday, the difference between supposedly and apparently, because Jimmy's aren't they the same thing? What's the difference? And I was like, no, apparently is as far as I know, this is true, and this is what I've heard. And supposedly means I heard this, but I don't think it's true. That's what we decided. Yeah. Because I've started saying supposedly and apparently now. Apparently there is a difference.
Sophia wants to know how exactly IVF works. Is the baby from both of you?
Yeah.
Just curious. Yes, it is.
Yeah, they take a little Jimmy and they take a little Madilyn, they mix it all together, and then you get a little baby.
They stir it up.
Yeah, technically, IVF only refers to actually creating embryos. Did you know that? The transfer is still done at the clinic, but I don't think it's called IVF anymore. It's called something else. It's a different procedure. They're 2 different procedures. Which makes sense because they charge you as if they're 2 different procedures.
Yeah, they really do.
Anyway. Do. No, they make me grow a bunch of eggs all at the same time, and then they gather those eggs, and then Jimmy contributes the way that men contribute, and then you combine them, and then you freeze them, and then then you test them to make sure that they are developing the way they should be developing, and then if they are developing well, then you freeze them. So that's how it works. That's how babies are made. It's funny. We've already thought about like when our baby asks us like, hey, Mom, Dad, how are babies created? And we're gonna be like, well, there's a lot of different ways babies can be created. I could also hear her being like, technically, I'm 1 year older, because we made the embryo a year before it was implanted. So I can already hear her being like, well, technically, I'm not 11, I'm 12, because... You know what I mean?
This little girl's going to be sassy.
Oh, yeah. Hello, mother, father, aunts and uncles.
Sassy? What are you talking about? Aunts and uncles.
I just found out when I was like 10 or something. Said, see, he never asked his parents, just found out. See, I don't want that to happen. I want our kids to find out all of the sensitive, weird, confusing information from us. I want them to be able to ask as many questions as they want. I don't want them to come to us with weird information and be like, I heard this. And then we have to try to like backtrack and figure out how much they know and how much to... I feel like what my parents did really well was that they just answered questions like we were adults. They didn't use special kid words. They didn't like sugarcoat it. Obviously they have all the conversations in a very like respectful, mature way, but they never, like when we asked where babies came from, they just told us where babies came from. They didn't do this thing where it's like, well, when a mom and a dad love each other very much. Like they were like, no, this is technically how it happens. And we were like, okay, that's helpful. It just made nothing was weird then.
Yeah.
Nothing was ever weird or awkward, because you could just be like, hey, Mom, what's this? And then she'd be like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
They were good at that stuff. I think I'm going to be good at that stuff, too.
Oh.
What I was telling Jimmy is, I was like, I think you have the added advantage of, like, none of the medical things, like, for example, like periods and stuff like that, none of that conversation is going to weird you out. Like, if she were to come up to you and be like, hey, Dad, blah, 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 you're not going to be like, oh, I feel so uncomfortable. Like, you would be able to have the conversation well, because you were you're going to be a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's cool.
Kamal and a lot of people just joined. Wow. Kamal, Sniper, Ben, what's up? Welcome, guys. Potatoes. Welcome. We're just talking babies. If y'all want to know how babies are made, we can help you.
Well, we did explain how babies are made in IVF.
We did.
Yeah. Oh, but we didn't say that they select one little swimmer, and then they chop the tail off, and they stick that into the egg, so it can't swim back out.
Huh? But all the DNA.
That sounds so violent. Poor guy. Yeah. You're stuck.
I feel violated.
No, you can't even go there. The amount of ultrasounds I had to have, the amount of blood taken from my body for this whole process, no. The amount of people all up in my grill, absolutely not. I've been violated.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they chopped the tail off. Anna, she's like, rude. Just buy an egg. I mean, people do. Can you sell your eggs? Or do they have to be, like, donated? Because I know you can donate an egg. Can you sell your own eggs? I don't think you can do that.
I don't know.
But you must be able to, because you can sell...
Because I know guys can sell their stuff.
To a sperm bank, yeah.
But I don't know if you can sell it to a person. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you can sell it to a clinic?
That seems strange that you couldn't... A to B, sell it.
Yeah, but you can't sell babies either, but you can adopt babies. You can't like sell someone a baby.
Point.
But they can be at an adoption agency, and then the adoption
charges
a lot of money, by the way.
So they're essentially.
I think you can make money donating them to a clinic. Exactly. So there has to be a third party. You can't just like sell an egg or sell. I mean, you could, I suppose. Well, no, the egg would be hard. The sperm you could.
Yeah, the egg would be a little more difficult
if you're gonna use it promptly.
It's a weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But you also
really
can't.
Thought about.
You also like your placenta after birth. Like you can keep it, and like we're gonna keep it and turn it into capsules, and then I'm gonna you can like eat your placenta. I'm gonna take my placenta in the form of pills. It's supposed to help with like hormones and hair loss and things like that. Anyway, but I'm gonna do that. But apparently you can't sell it, but it's worth like $50,000. Like if the hospitals keep it, they can then sell it for $50,000. Your placenta's worth $50,000. So eat your placenta. Eat your placenta.
Okay, hear me out.
Eat it with some fries.
Why can they sell your placenta? Do they actually sell your placenta,
Yeah.
first of all?
Yeah, they keep your placenta and sell it.
And then what's it used for?
If you don't want it.
I have so many questions. What's it used for, first of all?
I'm sure stem cell stuff, because there's stem cells in it, and there's embryonic...
Can you opt out of that?
No.
You can't opt out of that.
No. Sometimes they won't let you just keep your placenta, by the way. If you just wanted to keep it and take it home with you and put it in a jar, you couldn't do that.
At home birth, you can keep your placenta.
Well, I mean, it's not like technically you can't.
I have so many questions, so that's just part of it. That's like the one tangent. The other tangent is if they're selling your placenta.
The first thing I hear on the stream, imagine joining the stream and the first thing you hear is eat your placenta.
If they're selling your placenta for $50,000,
and she says and put it in a jar.
Why do they make you pay to give birth?
Yeah, exactly.
If they're already profiting off of you giving birth.
Did you know that in this woman on a TikTok? So this isn't apparently. So as far as I know, this woman was saying that she went over to like Italy to give birth because you can have a whole birthing suite, 3 doulas that take care of you, rub your feet, help you through the process. Your birthing suite isn't just the room, it's also a terrace, like a deck you can go out and like walk around and stuff. Get all this care, $1,000. $1,000, that's it. In the US, I think the average birth is like $20,000.
Yeah. Mr. Thu says, do you pay to give birth? Yeah, like for all of the medical expenses, either you or your insurance pays for it.
Yeah, you pay for all the drugs, you pay for the room, however many nights you stay there, you pay for everything, including the gowns, the pads, the slippers, the everything, the bedding, the pillows. Like you pay for all of that stuff, and then you pay the doctors for their time.
Yeah,
as
all the
well.
medical
So you pay,
care. Yeah.
but it would make sense you pay the doctor. But
but if they're gonna profit off of your placenta.
But my question is, why wouldn't just like they charge you for the room, and the room comes with all of the stuff? It doesn't. They charge you for absolutely everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. If you look at some of the bills, it gets a little crazy. Also, I've seen these reports where people like call around hospitals for like, what would this procedure cost? And they can never give you the exact. They can't give you.
No,
a
but
number.
Also if you. Nobody, like literally no one's here has had a child. You guys are all children.
Some of them do.
Some of them have. But I'm just saying the majority. But like when they give you they give you your bill, asked for it to be itemized, it almost always becomes cheaper than, because when you go through the bill, it's just going to say something like medical supplies, drugs. It's not going to list what drugs. It's not going to list how much of the drugs. It's not going to list what medical items. So like ask for an itemized list of absolutely everything that was used. Your price will almost always go down.
That's good advice. Dr. Madilyn right here.
This is TikTok, dude.
Yeah.
This is TikTok advice. This is
the one person who was calling around for like a standard heart procedure, which obviously a heart procedure is pretty extensive. They called, I don't know, had to be like 50 hospitals. They ranged from like, I don't know what the price is, to 10,000 all the way up to 150,000 for the same operation. So it really makes no sense to me. Like there should be a very standard number for a specific operation. Obviously, extenuating circumstances can determine like how expensive some operation is, like whatever, but there should be a number, right? It shouldn't be like a guessing game. Like you wake up from your anesthesia, oh, here's your bill, surprise. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Like,
and also
whether you have insurance or not.
Also,
like,
the fact that it's so expensive is mind blowing to me. It should not be that expensive.
Yeah.
You're already spending that much on like cribs and strollers and bottles and all that. Like, you're already spending that. I genuinely don't know how anybody has a kid and afford it. Like, I feel like
because I imagine most of it will be paid for because we're fortunate and have good insurance, but like some people don't.
Yeah. It's crazy to me. I don't get it. But also we're like, it's funny because I feel like even though I like expensive things, I don't buy a lot of expensive things. I don't. You don't know what it's like to have a person who likes to buy a lot of expensive things. You don't. I'm very conservative with stuff that I purchase. Why are you looking like that? I am. I purchase very little makeup, very little clothing.
You go through phases.
No.
No, I know, you're fine.
I go through moments of needing clothes for videos or needing to replace makeup items, but I rarely go out there and like buy something crazy and expensive. Yeah. Like, name the last just expensive item that I bought that was just for me.
Besides makeup, I don't know. Books.
But that doesn't count because I wear that in videos.
Books. I don't know.
But like, that's not that expensive.
Honestly, you don't. That's a good point.
But like, I like expensive things. I don't like buying expensive things. Does that make sense? Like, I like to have expensive things. I don't like buying them.
Sometimes. But it's been a while.
I don't have that many shoes. You have more shoes than me. We should count them.
Say that again.
You have more shoes than me. Yours are at least take up way more space.
Well, I have size 12.
Yeah, it's huge.
Men's.
Jimmy, count your shoes.
Women's.
Count your shoes. We're going to have to do a count off.
We'll let you know. Gabby, this is a good question. We actually talked about this earlier on stream. Do you have an Amazon baby wish list that we can participate in? What we're going to do is we're going to have like a baby shower with our family and friends, probably locally. But with our Mad family, if you want to participate, you do not have to. We're going to open up a P.O. box, and we're just asking if anyone wants to participate. You don't have to, obviously, I already said that. But sending something more unique, special, like you had some ideas. Like,
I just thinking goofy, something that like represents the Mad Fam, weird, silly stuff that we probably wouldn't put on the registry because we're gonna have everything we need for the baby. Like, it's gonna be great. We're not gonna need anything. But like, if you wanted, like, I was thinking, like, I don't know. I said something like, can you imagine the baby in like a Fall Guys onesie or something? You know, just something weird that we would just never put on there.
Or like Pokemon socks.
Or even something that means something to you, like sending us something from your country that for the baby, or just like whatever, just something that we wouldn't have thought to put on there.
Thank you, Alf. We're excited.
He'll ship a potato.
Are you gonna put photos of the baby on the internet, or are you gonna keep the baby away from the internet?
We literally just had this conversation yesterday. Can you stop doing whatever you're doing to the back of the chair? It's like vibrating the whole chair. Thank you. Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. It just is starting to annoy me. You're just like flick, 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 flick.
I like it. Keep going.
Sorry, what was the question? Are you keeping the baby away from the internet?
Beer would be good.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what the right answer is. If the internet hadn't taken the turn that it's taken, I would just share everything that I feel like is fun and exciting to share. Like, I don't think we're gonna do that thing where we like hide the baby's face. No. I just don't know. Like, I understand the concept of like why parents would want to do it, and I'm not like dissing on parents who do it because I get it. Like, the idea of like you're taking away your child's
choice,
like autonomy to be able to choose to be on the internet or not. But like,
but they're children, so like at the end of the day, you get to protect them and like kind of make their choices.
But some parents would argue that the best way to protect them would be for them to be not on the internet.
That's fair.
But I'm just saying. So I have nothing against parents who like do that, but I just think personally for us, we're probably going to share most stuff. So I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we I don't know. I think it's weird. Like whenever I see someone sharing pictures of their baby but just not specifically their face, I'm like, but you're still sharing your baby, which means you're still putting your baby on the internet, but you're just not sharing the actual face. That just seems weird. It's either like
I would agree,
it's
but
either,
they
it's
have
either like
their
don't talk about your
choice. They
baby
can
or
do
like
it.
do.
Yeah.
To me personally, it just like it wouldn't mesh with my personality to be like let's share everything about our baby except for its face.
For the face. Yeah.
I don't understand that. Anyway,
I don't understand it, but to each their own, honestly. Like,
I already said that though. Like I respect everyone's choices. I just when I see that happen, I'm like it doesn't make sense to me.
Compute.
But then some people will see people sharing their baby's face in their videos and stuff, and they'll be like, that doesn't make sense to me either. But,
exactly.
But I know there's a lot of creeps out there, but like also there's a lot of really good humans out there, and I believe in the good of the internet. So I believe the good of the internet outweighs the bad of the internet. I think you have to be really intentional with the people that you keep around you and the audience that you cultivate, and all those things are really important. And I think, I don't know, I personally think that we've created a really safe, fun community.
Yeah, and I think it's worth having you guys involved, whatever, like getting to witness all of it. So it's going to be special for all of us.
But like we're probably going to do like a birthing video, but it's not going to, I mean, I've watched a lot of them. It's not going to be like any of those.
No detail.
You ain't seen any bits and pieces. You're going to see some of the labor stuff. You're going to hear us talk about it. I don't know. There might be an artful shot of me pushing, but like just my face. And then, no. You know, the ones that are like super raw, natural birth. It's not that. Unedited, uncensored. It's not going to be that. Trust me. Look, if I poop while giving birth, I will let you know, but you're not going to see it happen. Let's just say that. It happens. Did you know?
Yeah, but like, did we need to go there?
Everyone knows this. Because you're pushing.
Yeah.
You mean that's not going to come up in conversation with this group of people?
I mean, it didn't.
Someone was going to ask it. Someone was going to ask it.
You went there.
Anna was going to ask it. If it wasn't me, Anna would have asked it. You know it.
Hugo says, my wife decided to keep our daughter's face out of pictures. I totally get her point, but I wouldn't mind the face showing. Exactly. I feel that. Yeah. I get it, but
that's what I'm saying. I do get it. I understand why. Because you're like, this child has no choice in it. Yeah. But if the child has a choice in it and they would like to be on the internet, it's different than like you exposing them to it and not knowing if it's good or bad for them. But like I said, I believe in the good of the internet. So.
Same.
Yeah.
And it says, I was not going to ask.
You were so going to ask, Anna. I can just tell.
Don't put that on her. How dare you? Z says, oh man, I really wanted to see poop. Guys. We've really dove into some topics today.
I know. We really need to have a stream that's not about being pregnant.
What should we
So next week we should do
Should I show my card collection next week?
No, this is not your stream. This is my stream.
You could show your book collection.
No, we should play Fall Guys.
Okay. Fall Guys? Yeah, we could do Fall Guys.
I just feel like we tried Fortnite and you just can't get enough people in at one time for it to be like fun and funny.
Fall Guys stream.
Yeah, I feel like we need a stream where we're all playing.
First one to find about tours. What's that mean?
I don't know, James.
I don't know either.
If I don't know something, I don't read it. I just don't read it. If I don't understand what they're asking or if I don't want to talk about it, I just don't read it.
I'm asking him to clarify.
James.
that fun? Like what? What is the print? The pink guitar on the left looks cool. Oh, that is a guitar that a company sent Madilyn. That has like a built-in speaker. It's kind of cool. You can hook up a mic to it as well, so like it projects your voice and the guitar.
I still don't get it.
The touring thing?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going on tour. There's no tour. It's not going to be a tour. It was never going to be a tour. No touring.
Z's clueless. Yeah, the Fortnite song, that kind of like just had a steady pace to it. Kind of just like never died. It's cool. I would have liked to see it incorporated into the game.
Yeah, I really thought it should have gone viral, but then I'm like, it makes sense that like my audience doesn't specifically like play Fortnite. Some people in my audience play Fortnite, but in comparison to the popularity of the game, I was like, it should have done better. But I understand.
Yeah, so let's play Fall Guys next week. I'll make sure everything's updated and ready to go. You guys do the same. And we'll run some games. I'll whoop your butts. Same, Anna. Same.
Same what?
Haven't played Fall Guys since the last time we played on stream.
You can't just say same. You have to read the comments so people can know what you're talking about.
I said same, Anna.
No, I understand, but you should still read the comment and then say same, Anna.
Will do.
Okay. Be a better streamer.
I'm not a streamer.
You're dropping the ball.
I'm just here.
Is this a singing stream? Ash. Ash. You should know
Gabby
better.
says, are you more sassy since pregnancy?
Yes.
Which is kind of saying a lot, considering you're already very sassy to start.
Well, we kind of discussed this before you were on stream. In therapy, we had a breakthrough, and we discovered that I just have, like, whatever my patience level, like my patience meter was before, it's like the starting point is at 50% capacity. So I just have, like, half the amount of patience that I normally have. And the sass just starts coming out after, like, it just starts coming out right around that point.
Cross her.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Don't cross her, guys.
Why are you saying it as if you're not the only one doing that? She's noodling right now.
Hey, there's 3 of us on this stream.
Wish you could feel her, but it doesn't actually, like, there's no, like, pushing through yet. Like, it's not like it's pushing on the skin yet.
Can't wait for that.
Just a little.
Like till you can see it too.
Yeah.
That'll be the day. Ben says, alright, chat, let's be careful.
Everyone be nice or it'll be scary for us. Yeah, exactly. So is this the pregnancy glow? No. This is me, like, halfway through my makeup.
That's that sass.
Is that sassy?
I don't know. Probably not on purpose, not intentionally.
It is shiny. I didn't put any powder on.
No, I like it though. I like it.
I don't get mad about things that are true, man. It's just when you start saying stuff that's ridiculous.
What did I say that wasn't true?
I don't know. Like last night, you made this joke about me saying, "Can't you just support me in like?" Because I have this thing. I have this thing about food, and like I don't like eating old food.
Oh.
And I especially don't like, okay, for example, we make chicken and rice and we have leftovers and he puts the chicken and the rice in the same dish.
In a Tupperware.
I just don't like eating old chicken rice. Like, we eat the chicken out of it, but we don't eat the rice at the same rate.
I'm eating that
and
rice.
Then that rice has like remnants of like old chicken juice and stuff, and it's just like to me. I'm not saying it's gross in general. I'm saying to me personally,
extra flavor.
It sounds gross, and I don't want to eat it.
Fair.
And then Jimmy goes, "Oh, come on, that's ridiculous." And he starts making a big deal about me not wanting to eat the yucky chicken rice. And I'm like, you can eat the chicken rice. Why can't I make new rice?
I will eat the chicken rice.
I know, but you made a big deal out of it. And then I was like, can't you just support me in, like, what feels right for me to eat right now and what sounds gross?
Yes.
And then he started talking like a robot.
What did I say?
I don't know, something about...
Support. I must support my wife. Like that kind of stuff.
So you act like me asking him to support me was like me asking him to be a robot with no feelings, and it's not. I support. You just don't need to.
Must support my wife. No more chicken rice.
And then he kept going with it, and I was like, it's not a funny joke. I don't like it. He's like, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. And I'm like, it's a bad one, and I don't like it, so stop doing it.
Trench says leftover chicken juice hits different.
Yuck. It's so gross.
And Ben says, as an Asian, no comment.
Sorry, I just like when my rice is put in a different Tupperware dish than the chicken. Especially because, like, one of my food aversions during this pregnancy has been chicken. Like, it's especially now. But I also just... like, I want my rice to be white. I don't know.
I'm gonna eat that rice today.
I don't want it. I don't want it to be
leftover chicken seasonings in there.
I don't want to be tinged with like this yellowy, orangey, browny goo. No. I want my rice to be white. I want my chicken to be my chicken. I want them to be separate. I don't want them to mix together. And I don't want to. I just.
Trench likes his chicken medium rare.
Ew! Isn't that dangerous? No, that's
Bro's
not
walking
true.
around.
That's not true. That can't be true, right? Chicken has to be cooked all the way through.
Yeah. Bro's walking around. He's a...
And that's what you're trying to do is, like...
He's a walking miracle.
Give yourself food poisoning on a consistent basis.
Chicken Man. It's going to be the next
I know.
movie.
Z picked up on where we're headed. We've started talking about food. It's going to be the end of the stream soon.
I'm eating that chicken rice.
You are going to eat that chicken rice. I'm going to eat my mashed potatoes.
And guess what, guys? I'm not even going to warm it up. I'm going to eat it cold right out of the fridge. Cold chicken goo rice. Seasoned.
Look, but apparently a phobia of food being old is an actual thing, and I had no idea. It's a real thing. It's like a real phobia. It's like listed.
Do you have it?
I'd say
You're on the edge.
I'd say before my pregnancy it was like kind of, and then when I got pregnant it was like absolutely not. Anything that's old, I cannot eat it.
Ash says, I don't get the issue. She wants her rice to be rice and chicken to be chicken. Is that too much to ask?
No, exactly.
People?
It's not.
Is that too much to ask?
And also, by the way, now that we're on this topic, could you stop putting the bowls in the top of the dishwasher and just put them in the bottom row?
But they go on the top.
No, they go on the bottom row. Because we have... No.
After you go, I'll say. Okay, go.
We use way more cups than bowls. And then I end up having to move all your bowls down to the bottom to make room for my cups. We use like 3 times as many cups every day.
Okay, you've said your
I have my celery water. That's 1 glass that I put in there. Then I have my mud water. That's 1 glass I put in there. You have your whatever mud water that you put in there. Then you have your, what's it called? Your protein. And then sometimes you'll do your espresso not in an espresso cup. So that's 5.
No. This
sometimes
is protein.
You do.
This is espresso.
I'm saying, but sometimes you do.
And mud water.
Still. That's 4 to 5 cups every single day that need to go.
Oh, shoot.
James.
I almost swore too.
That need to go on the top. You'll at the most use 1 bowl, maybe 2 a day. Maybe.
There's a lot of room up there.
For cups. And Tupperware.
Can you hear me out
cups
right
and
now?
Tupperware.
You said your piece. Can I say my piece?
Your piece won't matter because what you're going to do is stop putting the bowls on the top one.
Fair.
So what's your piece?
I'm gonna stop putting the bowls on the top.
What's your piece? He's trying to decide if it's worth it right now. Your piece won't matter.
It's never worth it. It's never worth it.
What's your piece? Go. You're going to say there's a row on the top that's specifically meant for the bowls.
It's meant for the bowls.
The same row is on the bottom that is also meant for the bowls.
But it catches water, and more water that's able to get through the top,
no,
better.
That's not true. There is a spinner on the bottom thing, and there's a spinner on the top. So it's the same distance, and it's the same spray. So, like, there is actually no difference. The only difference,
go with it.
The only difference is that cups have to go on the top one, and bowls can go on either one.
Why can't cups go on the bottom?
Because it's too much of a spray for them.
It's too much of a spray for them.
Because that one sprays harder because it has to go higher.
That's why bowls should go on the top.
No, because then they get sprayed harder on the bottom. They get cleaner on the bottom. It honestly doesn't matter, but like I end up moving.
Oh, it matters.
No. What matters is that I end up moving your bowls from the top to the bottom every single time. And every time I do it, I'm like, can't he just put the bowls on the bottom?
I didn't know this. I didn't know this was such a thing.
He did know this.
I didn't.
I have asked him. I have asked you several times to stop putting the bowls on the top, but now it's on stream and now it's on record, and now you guys can hold him accountable.
I swear I'll never do it again.
You better not. You probably will though.
I'll never do it.
Knowing you, you'll do it.
I'll never do it.
Knowing you, you'll keep up on it for like a couple days, and then you'll forget, and then you'll start doing it again, and then I'll be like, oh, here are the bowls again.
Nah.
You're good for a couple days.
Big poop pants.
Bowls on top is right. No, it's not. But like the point being, we use way more mugs than we use bowls. I need the space up top for the mugs.
You are right, but also Madilyn in this situation is right.
Thank you. Good job. Wow, you're learning. Look at that.
But you are right.
No, you could be right, but not in this, not in
Madilyn's
our dishwasher.
Right,
no, not in our dishwasher.
Frickin' think about crossing her.
But some people might not use any glasses during an entire day. They might use one glass the whole day.
What?
But I use like 5 every single day. Every single day. Me alone, and then you use yours. I'm telling you, it fills up so fast. It fills up so fast.
What if I use my bowls as cups or my cups as bowls?
You don't.
What if I have a bowl cup hybrid? Why?
They do. That's where my soup bowls are. You know, the ones with the little handles?
And it says, love how stubborn you are, Maddie. It's great. Stand your ground.
Why are you smiling like that, Jimmy? Do you like being married? He's laughing because he's like, oh, but I know I'm stubborn. I would never not admit that I am. You sometimes try to pretend you're not stubborn, but you are very stubborn as well.
Honestly, though, why don't we have bowl cup hybrids? We got the spork, right?
But you know what's more important? Bowl plates. That's what we need to get.
Oh,
bowl
those
plates.
are good too.
Those are great. I really want bowl plates because then we don't even have to have this conversation because we would just have bowl plates and all the bowl plates would go on the bottom because plates go on the bottom.
Those are really good. Like at Thai restaurants.
Bowl plates could save our marriage. Bowl plates, guys, the advice of the day, get bowl plates, it'll save your marriage.
Bowl plates. I think we need bowl cups too. Everything should just kind of be a bowl also. The world would be a better place if everything was kind of just a bowl.
Look, if Jimmy wanted an escape,
you could just pour your cereal in anything.
Jimmy likes me. That's the reality. At the end of the day, Jimmy really likes me, and so he wouldn't want to escape. Where would you even go? How would you find another internet sensation?
I'd probably find a spot in the woods somewhere. Set up camp for a couple days.
Oh, yeah, no, you wouldn't.
See how long I could last out there.
No.
I'd definitely get a bag of marshmallows, though. We don't have any marshmallows here.
Oh, so our house is anti-marshmallows.
Well, I'm not saying it's anti-marshmallows, but I don't think we've ever had a bag of marshmallows in this house.
Yeah, we have.
Get some chocolates.
Probably some mini ones, though, not the big ones.
I'd definitely try my hand at some hands fishing. Find a little stream.
But you'd never love again.
I haven't thought about it.
But you'd never love again.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Because I would come, because you know, so it'd be unsafe.
Bowl haircuts? I kind of had a bowl haircut for a large part of my childhood. Did you know that?
And your adult life.
No.
Your haircut was so bad.
It wasn't
when we
a
met,
bowl cut,
but it was
though.
bad.
Yeah, but it wasn't a bowl cut.
You should have put a bowl
I shaved
over
my
your
own
head.
head. That's different.
It's so bad.
I had a bowl haircut. Well, how can Oliver Tree pull it off, but no one else can?
Oliver Tree's not.
What's he got that
Oliver
I don't?
Tree's not pulling it off. That is the point.
Okay.
Madilyn, bribe him with marshmallows and put the bowls on the bottom. No, you're gonna put the bowls on the bottom now because you're gonna remember this. See, the conversation has to be significant for it to stick in your mind. Otherwise, it just goes in the category of all things that we disagree about.
I'm not gonna remember a word that we talked about on this stream.
No, you'll remember this.
No.
You'll remember this. No one can pull a bowl haircut off. No. I don't know what the stream turned into.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just don't know what the stream turned into. That's what happens every time. This is what happens when you don't plan stuff, kids.
Ooh. Said no one can pull off bangs either.
That's not true.
I've
Some
seen
people
some good
have cute bangs.
I like the wispy bangs.
I'd
too,
say the average person
sometimes.
probably can't. And also it's because you have to have a certain haircut to go along with the bangs. You can't just cut bangs into your normal hair and just let that be. You have to have some face framing and some highlighting. And
Zoe Deschanel, yeah. Speaking of, have you seen New Girl? I was so resistant to watch that show at first.
It was good. I
Because
feel
of
like
the
I feel
name,
like the
but it's
last
a great show.
like 2 seasons, maybe 3, were weird.
Yeah.
It didn't.
As shows.
Yeah, it got weird. No, The Office didn't do that.
As shows do.
The Office did not do that. No, it didn't. No. There's not a bad season of The Office where you're like, that was just really weird. That didn't feel like it was the same show.
True.
It was different when Michael left, but
Yeah.
what are some shows that just were good the whole time? I mean, like Game of Thrones didn't really change.
Guys, do you have any shows that we should watch that we probably haven't seen? Like some maybe a little bit more obscure shows that are actually really good that more people should know. Because we don't want to watch The Office for like the 12th time right away.
Big Bang Theory, we could try that.
It gets a little bit
but we've only watched like 1 season of it. I feel like we could try.
Breaking Bad, really good show. Also makes you really nervous and stressed and anxious. But really well done.
Jimmy won't watch The Witcher with me. He watched about 5 minutes of it and said it's bad acting.
I'll try it. Money Heist, I'm pretty sure we saw that.
Money Heist, we watched part of it, then it got
Pretty
too
sure we
stressful for us,
saw
and our
it.
life was already really stressful, so we stopped watching it. I actually don't think we finished the first season. I think we started watching it and we're like, this is way too much. See, when we watch shows, we like them to be like lighthearted, either like reality television, people like flipping houses, funny comedies. They're like really light, funny comedies. Like that's our preferred like go-to type of show. We're not like huge into. Every once in a while, we'll watch something like Game of Thrones, but like not really.
And we've never seen Wednesday. Like we were gonna watch it, and then we just didn't.
Yeah, I started watching it, and you're like, no, watch it with me.
Yeah.
And then you never wanted to watch it.
The Bachelor, we do watch The Bachelor,
Yeah.
Bachelorette, and
The Bachelor,
Island.
Love Island, The Ultimatum,
Has anyone
Married
here
at First Sight.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? The Pods one.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Okay, for all of you guys in chat, are you watching this season of Love Island? US? Anybody? Nope. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, but also now I feel like I don't even want to get into any TV shows that are like new.
The Good Place.
Because of the writer's strike. None of these shows that we have started watching are going to have any follow-up seasons for like years. Like Wednesday doesn't have a season 2 projected at all. They're not even talking about it. The Last of Us isn't going to come out till, I think they said something like 2027 or something ridiculous like that. Stranger Things, same thing. It's a bummer. It's a real bummer.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I think I'm just going to stick with reality television because that's just consistent.
I do enjoy reality television. Say what you want. I like it.
See, Euphoria is too dark. I can't. We watched the first episode.
It's like involving kids.
Yeah, it's like I have to pretend they're not kids because they're not. None of those actors are children. They're all adults, right?
Yeah,
So I have to pretend that they're adults for me to even be able to process the show. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, this was just not my high school experience. So I don't understand this being somebody's high school experience, and it feels like too much. But I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is a lot of people's high school experiences. It just wasn't mine. Mine was very innocent. I don't know.
You should have made them in college or something. I feel like. It's weird. What about Bridgerton? You watch Bridgerton.
I like Bridgerton. I think it's nice. It's a nice little... But see, that's light and fluffy. And... Yeah, I like Bridgerton.
You know what they have on Bridgerton that you'd probably really like? Pies and food and different kinds of... they probably don't mix their rice and their chicken.
They probably don't mix rice and chicken.
Yeah.
No. They probably don't even really eat rice. Honestly, they probably just eat bread. Breads and cakes and cookies.
Are you hungry
Crumpets. Now? Honestly, I'm not it's so weird. I go through phases. I'm not really in a cookie
Yeah, but in
mood.
This moment, are you
I'm ready for smashed
hungry?
potatoes, yeah. I've been thinking about them all day. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I actually like your mashed potatoes better, though. If you were to make me mashed potatoes, I'd rather eat them than the ones we have in the fridge.
What do you like so much about my mashed potatoes?
It just tasted good. I don't know how to explain it. Whatever you put in it, however you flavored it, it was just good. Way better. These ones taste potato-y. Yours tasted creamy. Like potato. I don't know what you put in it, so I don't know what it was, but it was buttery. But you didn't put butter in it, so it wasn't butter. It wasn't butter. It was coconut something.
Coconut.
It was so good.
Coconut oil,
so
coconut
good.
Milk. What else are you kind of hungry for in this moment?
Just mashed potatoes. That's it.
But how hungry are you?
I'm all right. I need to eat though, soon.
How soon?
Well, I mean, it's not about whether I'm hungry anymore. It's about if I need to eat more food that day for the baby. It's not about me anymore.
Yeah.
It's have I eaten enough for the baby today?
Yeah.
That's the question. Do I need to eat more vegetables for the baby? Yes. Do I need to stop eating cereal for the baby? Yes. That's been all decisions for the baby. She's already calling all the shots. We should probably tell them her name soon though, because we're gonna end up accidentally slipping up.
I've said it on stream.
You have? Really? See, you say stuff you slip up all the time and nobody notices.
Well, I did it on purpose, and I don't think anyone really caught it. Not this stream. And I do it in subtle ways to kind of play games. So if you look back later, maybe it'll be oh yeah.
All right, we'll post names. We'll post the name on social media soon. The middle name is going to be Bailey. That is correct.
We did tell you that,
we
but
did
I
reveal
also, that. I like playing games with you guys. I don't know.
Because I don't know if you know, but technically Jimmy and I have different last names.
technically.
Because I didn't take his last name because it really wasn't it wasn't a principal thing. It was just because I had my name on so many things, documents and stuff and accounts, and I was like, oh, it would be a nightmare to switch it over.
I think Anna might have an idea of what the name is, but don't say it if you do. I kind of like ignored you once, but Anna might know.
No, I don't really watch The Voice or AGT. Especially now, I don't watch it because it just like, I know too much. I know how the chicken nugget's made now, and grosses me out a little. I just genuinely hope
they definitely mix the rice with their chicken.
Yeah.
We're talking about mixing foods. They mix their rice, their chicken. They get the mashed potatoes in there. They put some pickle juice in there. They don't mess around, man.
Look, no, I just hope that anybody going on AGT is like just doing it for fun, and I hope they're having a good time, and that's it. Because everything else is out of your control. There's literally nothing in your control. You can't even control what they make you say. Like, you have no control. So I just hope anybody going on the show is just doing it to have fun and a good time and having a good experience. And I hope you're not hoping for anything else out of it, because you probably won't get that.
Larry says we still haven't forgotten Howie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howie and his expert music talent spotting skills.
What does he know about music? Like, he's had a talented career and he's done a lot of things, but literally, what does he know about music? Is it true that you accept contracts? Actually, they didn't. There was no contracts.
Yeah, there were.
There were, but let's say none of them
their contracts
came to fruition.
Yeah, they're contracts that they're called, like, they have an option. So we like sign this contract. So basically it's like, here's this it's broken down into like what percentages they would make, like if they were to sign you to a record deal, all these things. And it's called an option. So I sign my side of it and I say I'm okay with these terms. So you negotiate them. At least I was able to. Not everybody can, but I was able to. So I negotiated my terms. So then I sign it and I say I'm happy with these terms. And they wait to sign theirs until they decide whether they want to option the contract or not.
This is a whole nother thing.
And AGT, the reason I did AGT is because normally they don't option their contract, and they have like a 6-month window after the show is done airing to sign their side of the contract to put it into effect. They didn't do that with me, and they don't do it with most people, and that's why I did AGT, because The Voice almost always will option their contracts. Because they're playing this game of like, I don't know if you're going to make it, but we're going to sign everybody and hope that one of you blows up. Versus AGT only options people they really believe they can do something with, or they can help go to the next level. They really only sign people they're excited about, which I think has to do with the fact that Simon is a part owner of the record label. You know what I mean? Like, I think that has a big...
Also, I will say, like, one piece of advice, have a lawyer negotiate your contract with the network. That's a piece of advice, but also...
most people don't get to negotiate. I got to negotiate because they came to me and asked me to do the show, and I said I'll only do the show if X, Y, and Z happens.
And to be honest with you, it helps and it hurts to negotiate contracts in that situation, because what they want is you to blow up and do really well on the show, and then they have this really killer contract for themselves, and you're already tied into it, so that they can sign you, and like, you're a success, but they get everything from the contract. So by negotiating a contract, you're really taking stuff out of their pocket, and they don't want to necessarily see you do well in the show over someone else who has a worse contract for themselves. They want to see someone who has nothing go from nothing to 100, and they get, 98% of the revenue from that. Whatever it is. That's just a number.
That's an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's an exaggeration. But they really...
It's not so malicious, but like, if they are going to choose between you and somebody else, it's probably going to be the person who didn't negotiate their contract.
Yeah. every time.
Or like the person who doesn't have a manager or something like that. Because like for a while, The Voice, like you couldn't have a manager.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a manager. You couldn't have a lawyer. Like you weren't allowed to have, because that would be considered having industry connections. And for a while,
Same
The Voice was like
Idol
you couldn't ever be signed to a label. You couldn't have a publishing deal. You couldn't have a manager. There was like a whole bunch of rules, and then they decided that was really like unethical.
And you could never have been signed to a label before. Like you couldn't have previously been on a label.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I know, American Idol is very similar to The Voice, where they kind of option everything. They option everybody. So, like, if you're going to go on one of those shows, you just know you're going to be in some sort of a deal with them for some amount of time, or for some amount of singles or albums or whatever it is. Yeah. You just know that's going to happen. And that's why I haven't done any of those ones, because their contracts are a little scarier. AGT, the contract was just so simple, and, like, they basically said yes to everything that I didn't want to have in there, and then they also reassured me, they're like, we don't normally option contracts, and then they didn't option mine. So that was the one thing that was actually really good about the show. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about that. There we are. Yeah, I mean, I can't confirm or deny if the show is rigged or not, but they definitely know how to. They definitely know how to like give more attention to certain people and build up certain people's storylines, and like not build up people's storylines. Like they did not build up my storyline at all in any way. They spent no time trying to do that, and they're like, we don't have enough time. And then somebody's story is like, oh, this is how I was getting bullied in high school, and I'm like, how come you could go way back to them being in high school and getting bullied, but you couldn't talk about any part of my life?
Honestly.
Yeah. They definitely know what they're doing. Let's just say that. AGT, less worse than expected. Exactly. Of all the shows, I think AGT is probably like the least, that has the best contracts. I'll say that. This is the most amount of valid information I've gotten in any live stream ever within 5 minutes of joining. Oh no. I should stop talking, maybe.
Good, bad. Welcome, by the way, first time chatter, Padwin. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can go into there, and maybe that's time for a podcast. That's probably an episode worth of information at least. Yeah, it's all about the narrative. Like, if you have a good story, you're probably going to do really well compared to someone who's maybe a little bit less talented and shows less
I just think if they don't want you to make it very far, and watch this next season of AGT or whatever, a season of AGT, and just watch this.
The stories from
when they go to their hometown, those people are going to make it further in the show. Just watch. They go to their hometown, they do the whole spiel. Like those are the people that they're rooting for. Now, I can't say that they rig it and those people are definitely the people that make it. I'm just saying, if they're going to your hometown, they're investing more money into you and more time into you and more effort into you than they are to other people. For me, they just came to my house in LA, and I should have known. Like, that was the moment I knew. I was like, oh, I'm not like. Because if they'd really been playing up the storyline of like, oh, Wisconsin, they would have been like, let's go back to Wisconsin and like film in your hometown. Like, that would have been an indicator for me of like, oh, they want me to go further.
Also, I will say, like, on your season, there was this other act who asked you about contract stuff.
I don't want to go into it though. I don't want to like call anybody out though.
I'm not going to call anybody out. I won't say anything. But basically, they didn't accept the more rigid contract, and I don't know. I can't really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to go into it because it's like it's their deal too, and it's not just mine.
Yeah.
But let's just say the day before the episode aired, not episode aired because it was live television. The day before it was being filmed, they came back to people who had negotiated contracts and tried to renegotiate contracts and make them worse. And
if they didn't,
yeah. Let's just say I didn't renegotiate mine. I said, this is what I said. I actually said, oh, watch me not even do the live television part of this. I'll walk out of here so fast. That's what I said. Yeah. I was like, I don't need this. I'm like, I'm doing this for fun. This is fun and exciting for me. And if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to do it. I was like, I will walk. Watch me walk. Do you want me to perform in the show? Okay. I was like, don't even. Yeah. Don't come at me. But again, I don't even know if we should be talking about this stuff.
There's other things we could get into too. If we really, maybe we should confirm.
That was one of my the sassiest moment on that show. Was when I was like, "Oh, watch me."
Maybe we should confirm with your lawyer what we can and cannot talk about before we.
Let's just say all of this is what
speculation.
What do you have to say? It's speculation, but it's all alleged. It's all alleged. This is just my personal experience from what I saw. I can't really confirm that any of this is like, this is just from my personal experience. So none of it's like
he said, she said. Yeah.
I don't think I've said anything bad.
No.
I just don't know how much about the contracts we can actually go into.
It was a fun platform to be on, honestly. The audition.
Ish. I wish I had just done the audition, to be honest. I did the audition, and then you guys know I had my surgery, and I almost couldn't do the live show because of my surgery and the timing of it all.
And they didn't want to talk about that either.
No.
Oh my gosh, like this life-altering surgery in the middle of the season.
Yeah, Jimmy, but it's because they didn't want me to go very far. They wanted me to go as far as I went.
And you weren't allowed to sing for like months?
Yeah. But I almost couldn't do the show, and I feel like I really pushed myself.
Are you kidding me?
I feel like I really pushed myself to be ready for the show, and then I wasn't. And also, they didn't let me know that my episode was airing until I'd say the week before. So I actually didn't know if I made it on the show until a couple weeks before. So it didn't give me a lot of time to prepare for the live shows. So that's why I ended up going with Titanium, because it was well, I can't sing right now, which means I can't practice anything. And so I need to pick something that if I get super nervous, which I'm going to be because it's live television, that I know by heart. So I was it's going to be Titanium, and I had to really fight to be able to sing Titanium. And I had to go and get the permission from the publishers myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's a whole nother
thing. But yeah. So
there's so much we can talk about.
I wish I had just done the audition and then was no, sorry, I can't because of my surgery. But I really pushed myself, and we were really stressed, and we were
to get
going
back
through
into condition to sing after that major surgery.
Well, but then we were also doing we had tons of doctor appointments. We were starting to get ready for IVF. We were starting doing acupuncture for the first time. So there was so much stuff going on in my life medically that was so hard, and then this show was so stressful. So I wish I'd just done the audition. If I could go back, I would have just done the audition.
Especially because they didn't want to I thought you're really going through something. You're proving that you can go through all this stuff and still perform on a big stage. And they really didn't care. They really did not want to talk about that stuff in any of your bios.
And in fact, they would no.
It's such a unique thing. It's
we can't. We gotta make a series on TikTok called "Spilling the AGTT" and go through all this.
The timing of it all, and they it was so. Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta make a whole series on it because there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Please make a podcast episode for this.
I really do think that's a good title for a podcast.
What? The internet made me do it.
And it's all sorts of stuff. Guests.
We were talking yesterday though about my other idea, which is called The Other Shoe. I just think that's I haven't looked it up to see if anybody else has that as a podcast, but I just thought that'd be cool. The Other Shoe, because it's a saying that everybody knows, and then you're well, what does that mean in terms of a podcast?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when the other shoe drops? Everyone's what does that even mean?
My story for AGT: I was born without clothes. It was cold, and all I could do was scream. Random strangers touching me and giving me a run. For a whole year, I couldn't even walk or talk. It was a hard life, but here I am, a strong, independent man who can live on his own.
It's kind of how they go, aren't they?
But here comes a real life thing in the middle of the season.
Do you know what else I find?
Not a word.
You know what else I find interesting about Red Ribbon is that I feel like Howie didn't like the song because he actually was going through a situation. He lost a really close friend during that season, and this song specifically is talking about loss. But if you're not ready to hear a song like that, you know what I mean? Like, it might trigger you in the opposite direction of being like, I hate songs like this. I hate songs that make me think about this thing I'm going through. Versus, like, being like, oh, this song is very healing, right?
Yeah.
I kind of have a theory about it, but... Anyway. It's ironic.
Mashed potatoes.
Time for mashed potatoes. We've spilled too much AGTT without knowing if we can even do it. So don't tell anyone.
Trench.
It's just between us and the madfam. No clipping this stream.
Allegedly.
The judges are kind of told what to say. I will say that. They're kind of told what to say.
I won't say
They have earpieces in.
Hey!
They have earpieces in. You can see them. You can see the earpieces. But, like, during the rehearsals, so they, like, rehearse. Not only do they rehearse, like, you performing, they rehearse the elimination rounds. And the people who sit in for them verbatim sometimes say things the judges will say on TV the next day. Like, those people, so they either know the judges so well that they know exactly what they're going to say, or they're kind of told what to say. Because I've seen Howie about to say something nice, and then he'll stop, and then he'll say something mean. And I think he's being told, this is allegedly, supposedly, this is my opinion only. He's being told to say something mean. Like, I feel like when he starts to say something nice, because he's about to say something nice about Red Ribbon, and then he stops, and then he gets mean. I'm just saying.
I have information to add.
That was really shocking to me.
I have information to add to that, but I will wait till our podcast episode.
Yeah, like when Howie, right after that episode, came up to me, he was like, Madilyn!
No, that's not.
I love you! You're so talented! Right after he just ripped me to shreds on stage. I'm like, you're weird. I don't understand this show at all. Anyway, it's time for mashed potatoes. No more. Sorry
to take some of the glitz and glam away from
my lawyer, if he ever sees this.
This is all alleged.
All speculation, all just purely opinion based. It's not, there's no facts to this. I have no evidence, I have no receipts. All I have are my memories, and those are probably faulty.
Could be faulty.
So
could be.
See, no way, you 100% did that. Oh my gosh, Madilyn, I love you. You're so funny and talented.
I need some chicken rice.
And I'm like, oh, do you want to like go back and say that on stage though, like into the microphone, so like all of America can hear? No, okay, fine. I'll just know. Okay. I don't know where this.
Okay, guys.
I don't even know what this stream was.
It was fun.
The title, I'm really pregnant. That is what this stream was.
Next week it's gonna be I'm super pregnant.
No, next week is we're playing Fall Guys, and I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the stream. I'm gonna eat some chicken rice. Madeline's gonna eat some mashed potatoes. We're gonna get some marshmallows. What we're all going to do, all 50 plus of us, we're going to download Fall Guys and get it ready. Get it updated for next week. If you're not on Discord, get on Discord. We're going to try to be a little bit more active there. I have the Discord app downloaded on Madeline's phone so she can talk to you. There's the Discord. Join the Discord. Let's get the chat rolling over there. This is a good community. We've missed you. We've missed the communal side of the Mad Fam. And I feel like that's a great spot for us to all like get together throughout the week when there's no streams. We love you. Get ready for some Fall Guys, not Fortnite.
Fall Guys. Because we can get more of everybody playing.
Not Fortnite.
Not Fortnite.
Maybe I said Fortnite before.
Fall Guys.
But the first person to chat in Discord gets a cookie. So I'm watching it right now.
Next week, we're launching an email list. And if you sign up for it, you get a chance to come to the release. We're going to fly one person out for the release party of the...
And Madilyn will be performing along with 3 other artists will be performing before Madilyn. here in LA. We'll be
So
flying.
make sure you sign up, but also if you forget, we'll remind you next Saturday on stream.
It's gonna be a really fun get together. Yeah, and we'll talk more about that. But yeah, please sign up. We would love for it to be one of you guys that wins.
Panama, I can't wait to win. Let's go.
We'll be flying you out, putting you up in one person up in a hotel, and we'll hang out for a little bit before or after the show. Yeah, you get to meet some cool people. Don't be weird. You're representing the Mad
Can't
Fam.
wait to lose. You probably are gonna lose because it is gonna be.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Test your luck.
Test
All
your
right.
luck.
Get over in Discord. Let's get that thing back up and rolling. These weekly streams are pretty awesome. So.
Wait, I'm confused. Don't be confused.
You're always
I'm just talking.
confused.
I'm just talking now at this point. I mean, I need mashed potatoes.
You're all confused. All right. And also, along with that email list, I think we're going to do like a monthly thing. We're in the process of making new merch right now. It's pretty much all done, like a line of merch. But with that email list, if you are on it, I think one or a couple people will get a merch package each month. So, yeah.
Do you know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
I want to get one of those presses myself.
And do your own merch.
Well, no, just so I could add people's names or like something funny to people's t-shirts. You know what I mean? So they're like one of a kind t-shirts. Like they're.
That's cool.
Anyway, I'm thinking about it. We'll think about it. Lots of plans, but also we're having a baby, so. Did you guys know that? Time to go.
All right.
Jimmy, that was. Actually made me want to vomit. Like in the headphones, that was so bad.
So wait, do the bowls go on top of the string? On top of the